Yeah, it's just a con saving throw, which you don't have advantage on. So your
Rolled a
con
12.
12 plus your con is
0.
0. Ooh.
Oh, my
Um,
con is 1, so 13.
oh, 13. Okay. You just about pull your hand away, but if because I presume you're doing the same thing, 2 to 3 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds. Can you roll? Would you know that? I'm gonna go with no, but you kind of control yourself, but you do feel like you might have assaulted or attacked Mr. Nuts. If like that's how angry you, no control over. You just wanted to kill or attack anything to feel something. That's how angry and visceral touching that one was. Would you like me to mark that for you in a different way, or it didn't fit in that one, by the way?
Right.
Do you want me to mark it for you, or are you just gonna
I'll remember.
keep going back to it? Okay. Well, I'm gonna mark it anyway. Um. Next one. What do you feel when you get to this one? Um. You have the actual pillar as you touch it doesn't feel like stone. It feels like the like leathery, like and scaly, like a lizard or some kind of snake.
Interesting.
Um. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't fit again. And the last one, as you touch it, it it feels like jovial, but also cunning and quick and clever. A love of nature as well as like the the not the hatred, but the idea that like you must rob from the poor or rob from the rich and give to the poor. That sort of like level of justice that's needed and missing in the world. But the idea of like also doing it in like a tricky way where it's not just like you rob a load of gold from like a rich merchant or a rich aristocratic person. What's that word? God damn it.
Aristocrat.
That's the one person, or
Aristocat.
that person, or a noble. You're and giving it to the poor person, just giving it outright. You feel like that whatever's coming out of this is like the idea of like also like you have to like you have to pretend like that person always had that. It's like, oh, you dropped your coin purse, or oh, you always had these rabbits. Like
Oh,
you paid for
I'm
them ages
sure
ago.
that was an episode
It
of
was.
some D&D program I watched.
You didn't watch it. You played it because I know. Because I've got one viewer, and the person who sent it to me told me some feedback afterwards. Anyway, yeah, it's that sort of it's that. But as you got to put the stone in, it kind of pushes itself back out, just as kind of like a bit of a joke. But you try again, and it pushes itself back out, and you try. But if like unlike the other ones, it's like where like it fits in and it either just slips off straight away. This is like holding its shape and it's kind of being pushed off. You can feel like a bit of force back. And on the third try going in, it makes a same sound again and pillars up. So now you've got 4 left. So you've done. No, sorry, you've got.
All right.
Yeah, 4 left. You've done 4. Now the question is, you've got 4 left. Can you roll with advantage a religion check, please?
I rolled a 14 and a 9, so 14.
Plus 2.
Religion will be what? Intelligence or wisdom?
Is religion is intelligence.
So +1. So I got 15.
15. So with 15.
Oh no, it's changed. It's now got Erebus on there. I was using your screen to tell me my stats.
Yeah, but I've got them open on the other screen. Well, I don't have your one open on the screen. I can take 2 seconds to open it up.
What's so there +4. See, that's huge difference.
Oh, it is.
I got 18.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? I'll make your life easier.
It's my own fault. I should have got my character sheet from the old PC before I took it down.
Yeah, not the 3 times I've sent it to you since. But anyway, yes.
You've never sent it to me. I ask for it all the time and you've never sent it back.
It's fine. Anyway, more importantly,
You just muted
Sorry, I'm
yourself.
just reading the chat, and it's just what sound does a motor? What sounds does the motor does? Tibbs.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, so you've got 4 stones left. Obviously, you're going to keep doing this until you get them all.
Yeah, but I'm gonna skip the one that makes me angry.
Cool. So yeah, that's what I wanted to check. But the thing is, you've realized that these seem to be the gods. With that religion check, you recognize 2 of them. The anger god is Mogus. Oh, you recognize 3 of them. Sorry, the anger god seems to be Mogus because that visceral hatred of everything and anger to, be more powerful and just destroy. Destroy and take and that sort of stuff is what you kind of felt, and you realized, oh shit, that's what it was. The sounds of cheering crowds and like people coming back from war is Iros. The other god. So those are the 2 main gods from the old war. And the third one, so that I'll mark them for you. So the purple one's that one, and then this was the Igris. Well, let's put it with a different color, but make it pink again. Just pink again. So that's what that one was. And the other one, the smell of wheat and stuff, and the freaking out of Mr. Nuts. And you figured out what that other thing was. It's the smell of purple honey. That smell you couldn't put your hands to, and that's why Mr. Nuts starts like get the sweats. Every time he touched that one. And you believe that could have been Karametra, and looking at the shapes on those stones, they match the symbol of that god. So you're going to keep going until you get them all done. I'm guessing you're not going to be stopping.
Well, if I've already figured that out, I can look at the stones and probably deduct which one's which. I can match them up to the pillars, I would have guessed. Yeah,
to an extent. So the leathery one and the stuff like that, you wouldn't. You knew 3 of the gods like that because you've had the encounters with them, and kind of the world is based around that stuff, so you kind of know a lot about them. The one at the top must be you're sure it's the god of death. You recognize the symbol, not too sure what the name is. So you get them done relatively quickly. And you recognize Mogus, so you can put that one in straight away. But as the last one goes in, all the pillars turn blue. Roll me Arcana, please. Which your Arcana would be plus. Why did I close your character sheet? It's
Wisdom.
Yes, wisdom.
+2, so I rolled 9.
No, it's intelligence. Sorry, your Arcana is intelligence. So it's +4.
So +4, so I rolled 11.
11. The blue color, from seeing it mend all the stones, you're not too sure if it's bad. You're not too sure if it's good, but it's not bad. And all the pillars turn blue, and there's kind of a light between all the pillars, kind of blocking you in, and they kind of like all come into the middle, so they pass over your body. And as they pass over your body, it doesn't feel bad, doesn't feel wrong, doesn't feel bad in any way, if you get me. It kind of moves through, like moving through. I don't know if you've ever been in those really weird outdoor kind of like rainfall fucking water features where it's like just like a small like wave of water, a mist of water going past you. It's kind of that, but obviously you're not wet. And that's it. Yeah, you've resolved this room. Yeah, all the pillars seem done. Where'd you go?
Cool.
Back up, back or south?
I'll go where I haven't been.
Okay. I need to take a quick 2-minute break. I really need to pee. So, and then you're gonna go south, and then I'll explain to you what you see south when we're back. Does anyone else have any questions, or Iberus, do you have any new tools you've thought of in the last few minutes?
Not really. It's difficult to gather new tools from where I stand.
Cool. I will also describe something that's happened as so it's been about an hour of praying, Adran, and you seem to get a bit bored. And as you start to like get up off your knees, for an hour, just over an hour, by the time you walk forward, back, and blah. As you start to stand up because you got a bit bored, you notice the ground start to shake and the box in front of you start to vibrate. And I will also explain what else happens at that moment too. So we're back. So in a few seconds or a few moments, we'll talk about the gnome going south and what he discovers and sees. To you, the ground never shook, never moved. It felt like a mist going past you. You don't feel harmed or sickened in any way, and neither does Mr. Nuts. Dwarf, nothing happened for you either. Adran, what would you do? Noticing that, like, you start to move slightly, and then that shit happened.
The floor's shaking, you mean?
Yeah, it starts to shake. Not violently, but shake. It's very noticeable, and so does the statue, and the box in front of you is violently starts to shake.
I'll stand back a bit.
Cool. Oops, that's not the click tag. Do you go back to praying? Do you make it? He said. Do you look at the satyr, Mr.
No, I'll stand up and wait.
Helkeep?
Something's happening.
Pardon?
No, I'll stand up and wait. Something's happening.
Okay. You're not no saying anything, no nothing? I'm just trying to gauge your reaction to shit, fuck, the floor is moving. Yeah, I wanted to gauge your... Oh, I also got bits donated. Thank you, Venno. Sorry. I know, I just wanted to gauge your reaction to how freaked out would Adran be. Very freaked out, not freaked out?
You're mildly concerned.
Cool. Hellkeep says in gobbledygook, looking straight at you, while still on his knees, hand on his knees as well. He says a gobbledygook looking at you, something you've no notion what it is. And then he keeps looking at you, keeps repeating it, like over and over and over again, and then realize, kind of, it takes him a few moments. The floor is still shaking, the statue is shaking violently, and then he realizes, oh god, he's not speaking. You don't understand him because he sees that your face is going, what are you saying? And you're slowly moving backwards towards the exit, I'm guessing, yeah? He turns around and says,
yes.
He turns around and says, oh, she's coming. She's going to be here. She's. Oh my god, this is happening. You must be. You and your friends must be help to bring her presents. She's going to come. She's going to come. Adran? Any comments?
You saying anything? I'll sit here and wait.
You're gonna. So I'm putting you where you are now on the screen. Are you gonna move back further? You're there you are.
I'm sitting here giggling inside. I'll just stand there.
Okay. You did an hour of not moving very much. You can choose. You don't have to choose to take. Use a hit dice for a short rest, theoretically. Because all you're doing is praying. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. You're only missing 4
I've got
health.
nothing to recover.
You got 4 health. You're 14 out of 18. You got hit by the fire elemental last week.
Oh, let's recover some health.
Cool. Roll 1d6. 6. Cool. You're back to 12.
6.
You're 18 of 18. Cool. Just mark that off. So you have 1 per level, and you get half that rounded down back each day, or each long rest. So you're on 2 out of 3. That's cool. While you're doing that, Gnome!
Yo.
You have in front of you 1, 2, 3, 4 paths. Which do you take? Ooh, that's not a number.
Let's start with number 3.
Okay. That's not a 4. Sorry, I've started this now. The numbers are being written. So number 3, you got down. You walk into the shadows, are consumed by. No. You notice a staircase, similar to the one on the other side. As you come around the corner, you can smell the sea air and you can hear a stormy sea.
Fuck that shit. I'm out. I'll go up to number
Yep.
2.
I presumed as soon as I got that far, you weren't going to move anymore, but I decided I'd let you see it anyway.
Just one question.
Yeah.
The ground shaking from the other room
Only affected.
may...
Only affected.
It only affected that room.
That room. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
You felt nothing. Similar to when the gnome ran behind that room, he felt a very small tremor in the ground. Like, it wasn't even an earthquake, but it's like all the stones were wobbling a little bit, and you could feel it like vibrating.
Well,
through his
yeah,
feet.
I just wanted to know if the gnome felt the ground shaking since he is very close to the room.
No, it was pretty much so. No, I can't say that yet. But technically, it was about. He was doing this for about an hour and 20 minutes, and he was there for an hour at a bit. But he also had to go back to the front of the place and back up to where he is now. So
Yeah, sure.
Just double checking my overall map to make sure. But you walk around the corner, you notice another staircase when you get to here, and then as soon as you get to this spot, you can same again. You start to smell the sea air and blah blah blah. Whoops, that's not reveal area. Well, it was reveal area, but didn't reveal. And you see another staircase here, leading down into water. And if you come around the corner going the other way, that leads you back to the room with the stormy cosmos picture, but it's a little less black now. Like before, it was like as black as sin, as we would say
If
now.
I go which way? What?
So where you are now on the screen,
Yeah.
if you head away from the water, so the water is right in front of you, and you head to that little gap that you see,
Oh, okay.
that you can see the cosmos. So you don't smell anything, by the way, till you got around that corner. So it wasn't that you were like out of the way or you would have stopped earlier. Like this is where you would have started to smell it. You pretty much only smell it when you can see the staircase.
Let's go back to 1.
Yeah, but just the cosmos is slightly different. It's slightly lighter shade of black. Like before, it was black as sin, or as I can't think what that Fanta black is, whatever. And now it's a little less, and it's noticeable to you, but not so much that you can see anything behind it. If you get me.
Okay.
So you're going to number 1. Oh yeah, great. Bum bum bum, ba-da-da-bum. You go around the corner. There's no gap in between this wall. It's just really, really stupid map, and it annoys me. Oops. By the way, the hieroglyphics and all that are still on the wall, and you get to see the altar room. You're in the altar room. You see and you can hear the shaking at this stage, by the way, has stopped. The shaking only lasted about 30 seconds to a minute, Adran. You see you see Gnome, you see Adran at the other end of this room, and you can also hear someone else. But unless you walk into the room and look around, you won't see anyone else. But you can hear someone else. Definitely not Adran's voice.
I'll call out to the wizard to see if he's all right, knowing that there's someone else there, and I will load my crossbow at the same time.
Cool. Loading a hand crossbow is a free action, so that's fine. Adran,
Yes, it is.
you hear the gnome call out to you?
Yar, she's coming. Apparently.
That is a very suspicious thing for an ally to say.
Well, I'm having to take a breath so that I don't make jokes. Who's coming?
I should have clipped it and I didn't. It would have been hilarious. I think we might have summoned Crewfix.
Why?
I don't know. I put a silver thing in the pot and hoped to talk to someone. Figured it was a prayer. I didn't actually think I'd summon anyone. But apparently she's coming and we can feel her moving.
The innuendo is strong with this one.
Yar, I really, really should have clipped it. It would have been brilliant. I didn't.
Is it too late to clip it?
No. It goes back to
Okay,
It
good to
is.
know.
We'll catch it on the YouTube. It's all right. When he sticks it up on YouTube, we can clip it there. It's brilliant. Anyway, Yar, We appear to have summoned a god. And I await her arrival.
But you're okay?
A little bit amazed, but yes, I'm quite fine. Would you like to meet her? I've never done it before. This satyr here thinks it's quite impressive.
Well,
Seems very, very shocked.
You've never
She
seen a
doesn't come for
satyr
anyone.
gnome, by the way. Put it out there. No one's seen a satyr. No, just gonna make sure the gnome is aware he's ever seen a satyr or heard of this satyr.
this what? Who?
Satyr, half goat man.
I know what a half goat man is.
Yeah.
It's a fawn.
Takes a very special kind of offering to get her to come here.
Yeah,
apparently.
but you just said to me the satyr, and I said who? What? I don't know who it is. So I'm asking you, who are you talking about?
My friend Hellkeep. I found him in this room. He says he's been here for only an hour, but somehow I think time is warped again.
Ah. So, like, in my head, I'm just picturing him as a friend like Mr. Nuts is to me now. That's all I'm imagining, because I still haven't seen him.
Yeah. It's because the statue, like that whole plinth is like slightly high, so like and
Yeah,
you're
hell of a
small.
shot.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.